Warning. Mention of mild violence. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, lads, I'm properly knackered. I'll see you all in the morrow at the wedding. And don't get too drunk. Last thing I want to do is spend my morning bailing one of you lads out. Cheers. Good, she's still awake. Good evening, Princess. You're quite the stargazer, eh? I always see you out here on your balcony, looking up at the stars. Ah, don't worry. I'm not stalking you or anything. It's just something I noticed. Care for some company? I can't imagine you get much of that tonight. Is Aemond out? I haven't seen him all day. Probably off somewhere brooding. I shouldn't be in here? Says who? My brother? Gods, you're even starting to sound like him. Do you always do as you are told, Princess? Doesn't that leash around your neck feel a little tight? Well, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm simply proving a point. You've been quite the model princess lately, haven't you? What happened? He threatened you? Then talk to me. This girl before me is a far cry from the one I got to know on the beach that night. What changed? He's sweet? Aemond? Sweet? Are we talking about the same man here? The same one that glowers at everyone and broods constantly? So what? He tells you some nice things and takes you for a ride on Vhagar, and you are ready to marry him all of a sudden? Don't be so naive. Yes, you are. What about all the things I've told you? How suffocating and restricting this life is. Being told what to do, how to talk, how to walk, how to dress, act and think. Being reduced to a puppet on a string. A pawn in a sick game. I thought you understood that. I thought we understood each other. Or was that all a lie too? Like your promise to me and that kiss we shared. Were you just pretending then too? I don't give a damn about that. We were both drunk. It happened. And if what I said was true, come with me. Helena, what does she have to do with anything? Yeah, she's my wife, but she's also my bloody sister. Puts a bit of a damper on things. I've sired 2 children with her. I've done my bit. No, I didn't say anything. I wouldn't do that to you. We could just leave. Run away together, tonight, while Aemond is away, before the wedding, while we still have the opportunity. No, I'm not forcing you to do anything. Believe me, I'm not. But I'm running out of time. Our lives are being shaped and molded by others. If we don't act now, we'll be trapped in the roles they've set for us. Is that what you want? I met with my mother today. She informed me of my father's sudden change of heart. He's named me king. When he dies, it will be me that will sit on the Iron Throne. It will be officially announced in a week's time. Believe me, I can think of nothing worse. I'm probably the only man in Westeros that doesn't want the throne. Of course, I told her I don't want it, have no desire for it. Give it to Rhaenyra or Aemond, someone who actually cares to rule. Not me. Her response, a slap across my bloody face. Then she told me to stop acting like an ungrateful, sniveling child. I can't do this. I can't be king. Just Just think about it, all right? I envy him, you know. Aemond. He gets to have you. Good night, Princess.